Edit this.
Yeah. Hi everybody, this is John Crable from My Small Business Blueprint. I wanted to welcome Andrew Clark from O'Reilly Law Offices here in Columbus, Ohio. Andrew, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So I know sometimes when we do these small business spotlights, it's really focused on the small business and being able to look at the unique things that they do. But I can tell you from working with hundreds of small businesses, from anywhere from seasonal entrepreneurs to solo entrepreneurs up to actual small businesses, one of the things that they don't like to discuss is legal matters. And, you know, it's probably not the sexiest thing in the world, quite frankly. You might disagree with that.
No, it's not sexy.
But I think it's something that always has to be done, but we don't really want to address it, especially at the beginning. So I was in prepping for our interviews today, I was reading through some statistics, and overwhelmingly, it is so easy and fast to set up a business these days that people just skip right through the legal decisions, or they jump right into a sole proprietorship, how they structure their business. So I just want to ask the first question of, what do you provide to people in terms of information and advice when it comes to structuring your business?
Well, so one thing that I do anytime I'm meeting with someone who is either at the formation stage or they're coming to me right after they've formed it, they've started maybe to get some receivables in, they're thinking, hey, this actually has a chance of succeeding as a business model, and at that point they come in and want to figure out where their liabilities are and where they can limit those liabilities. And so the other area that they want to look at is the marketplace itself and what can they do to protect their slice of the market share as they're looking to continue to build. Okay. And so an initial stage for a small business that hasn't gone through forming an LLC or a corporation is to look at potentially a fictitious name or a trade name to make sure that they can establish in the Secretary of State's database their business. Okay. Once you get that point, then you want to start looking at, okay, does it make sense to do that, or does it make sense to just go ahead and form an LLC and establish yourself through with some liability protections.
And so when it sounds like to me the biggest thing that people need to take into account is the liability of what they're venturing to do.
The liability of what they're doing, but also there's intellectual value in your business name. There's in this day and age, we're setting up domain names, we're setting up company letterhead, we're building contracts, we're doing all sorts of things that are centered around this cornerstone of what is your business name. And if you don't reserve it and someone else takes it, then it's theirs. Yeah. So getting to the Secretary of State to preserve who you are and what your concept is a big first step. Obviously, reserving that domain name is a big step. But then, yes, we have to look at the liability side and determine, based on your business, where is your liability, how big is your liability, and how much will an LLC help mitigate risk.
Okay. And I know we're going to get into the liability issue in a little bit more detail in some of the upcoming videos. But yeah, I think from that standpoint, you were talking about, it sounds like branding to me. You know, being able to create your own space in the marketplace and taking those beginning steps at the right time will really set you up for future success. Just talking to a lawyer, going through the Secretary of State, things like that.
Absolutely. You know, it is invaluable. I mean, think about, years ago, Pepsi were coming out right now, and they started churning out bottle after bottle after bottle, and they were selling Pepsi, and someone found out about it. What's the first thing that person's going to do? They're going to reserve Pepsi.com. They're going to go out to the Secretary of State, and they're going to reserve Pepsi LLC, Pepsi Inc., Pepsi whatever. Right. They're going to get that, and then they're going to try and sell it back to you. And that's, ethics aside, that's what happens in the marketplace. So you've got to get out there, you've got to strike first, and you have to protect what is yours.
I like that. I like that forward thinking. And like I said, we'll get into some of the upcoming topics in future videos. But I want to thank Andrew for coming and joining us today and shedding a little light on how to take those first few steps, but take them correctly, quite frankly. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.